When I was younger, I was really interested in being a pilot, so I read everything that I could about flying and aviation and such. So by the time I got to college, I knew that I wanted to be a pilot, and I had decided that I was going to serve God and be a missionary. I went to Andrews University, and they assigned me an advisor in the aviation department who happened to be a mechanics instructor, and he asked me, "Are you interested in being a mechanic? Because if you're going to be a missionary pilot, you really need to work on your own airplane too." So I enrolled in that. Turns out I really enjoyed being a mechanic and went into a career as a mechanic for a time. And in the meantime, I met Crystal there in college, and we got married just after I graduated.
I also wanted to be a missionary using a degree that would help people in the medical field. So I went also to Andrews University, where I studied physical therapy. Just as far as you can go. So go ahead and bend. Okay, come back up. As that became a passion for me, I really wanted to use it to help people out in other countries. After we finished school, I finished school, we went to Washington State and we worked there for about 6 years, and we had 2 children when we felt the call to go into missions. At that time, we looked into many different options and started out our mission careers in Bolivia.
So while we were in Bolivia, we started realizing that God didn't want us to stay there long term, that He had another place for us. So we had some friends here in Guyana that we felt like God was calling us to come and work with them. And so we moved in that direction, and God opened doors, and we planned to come and work next to these friends here in Guyana. Bethany is about 5 miles from the mouth of the Essequibo River out a little bit into the interior. So we're in the jungle out here. We're west of Georgetown, the capital city, probably about 30 miles. Right now we are working on setting up Bethany as a maintenance base to maintain the airplanes here. We're trying to keep the pilots flying and eventually get myself checked out to fly as well and serve the interior further. We have a number of projects that we are working on and we need help with here in Bethany. We have the runway was built a number of years ago. They put loam clay on it, but it has since been washed out by the rain, and we need to resurface that so that we have a harder surface. Right now the airplane tires are actually starting to sink into the soft sand a bit and making it difficult to take off from here. Our hangar has just a dirt floor right now, and the roof needs a little bit of maintenance to keep it from leaking, and so we need to put in a good hard floor in there to make it easy to work on the airplanes there and then keep them dry under the roof. Our house we've been spending a lot of time working on. It was actually abandoned for a while when we arrived. The front porch here was being rotted out in the corners because the roof hadn't been built to cover it properly, and the side porch was completely rotted out. The inside, there was a lot of things unfinished in there, and we had to tear out some of the cupboards that were already in there because the termites had come in. We spent a lot of time cleaning it. We actually had a group of people come down and help us to build a new deck and put new roof over the deck to protect it. We're currently looking for some dedicated team members to come down and join us here in Bethany. We need somebody who knows about gardening or farming. We need someone who is able to maintain the facilities and the equipment that we have here, the generators and the tractor and the buildings and such. So we would really like to have a few more people come down and join us to work on this base to make this place function and be able to serve the greater GAMAS projects and provide aviation transportation for them. We know that God has different plans than us, and if you feel like God is calling you to come down here to Guyana, whatever your skills are, come. God can use you. You can find a place to work here in Guyana to make this project, to make His kingdom go forward.